Hi everyone, I'm Cody W3AMG with BridgeCom Systems, and today we have something really exciting for all of you. We are announcing a brand new radio. First, let's do a few shout outs before we get into that. So who do we have in the house here today? Let's find out. Let's see. Eric, KF0EVP from Colorado. Good morning, Eric. Samuel, KD2TV, I didn't catch the rest of that. Michael, KF6UV, awesome. Bruce, KO4SLG, morning Bruce. Aaron, KD6LLW. Gerald, KN6QIR from California. Awesome. John, N2RDM. Okay. Awesome. Good morning, guys. We have a Dave, KB7RLN. Good morning, Dave. Tom, K1KY, Nashville, Tennessee. Awesome. Who else do we have? Rick, N1TEK from Wyoming. Ralph, N6GVG. Bill, N8CQ. I like the call sign. Jerry, oh, that went off the screen. K2JAX, Dave in Florida. Awesome. Good morning, Dave. Tony, W9LGX. Awesome. Good morning, Tony. There we go. Some shout outs for all of you. So let's dive right into it. There's a really cool new thing that BridgeCom is doing, never done before. We now have our own FRS radio. So what's this mean for you? FRS is really cool because no matter if you have a license or not, anyone can use FRS. So for those of us who are ham radio operators, I believe this is a great way to get people started in radio and then eventually get them into ham radio. And nevertheless, it's also a great thing to have around your house for your family, your friends. You know, getting people with good communications is very important, and that's what FRS is all about. So this is the BridgeCom Buddy. Never seen before. This is a really cool FRS radio. We're going to dive into what it does and why you would want one. But the Buddy is a very sleek form factor. You know, it's not like the other FRS radios you see out there that you just buy from the the store. These are pretty neat. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's see if we can take a look at one a little bit closer here. So the BridgeCom Buddy, it's a sleek design. Move this out of the way. You have your push-to-talk button on the side, just like a normal radio you would. But there's something cool. You actually have a push-to-talk button in the middle, too. So they're very simple to use, especially for like younger kids. If they want to use them, it's very easy to understand. You know, there's a button. It lights up when you press it. So let's turn it on real quick. Power it on. Just hold down the power button. 13. Awesome. There we go. So it turns on. Now these radios, you can get them for $99.99 for the Buddy bundle. So that's 2 radios. So you'll be able to get one for yourself and one to talk to your buddy, or anyone, your family, your kids, the Buddy bundle. And during this live stream, I want to mention we are doing a special. So if you buy a Buddy bundle, you will get your buddies, and we're actually throwing in an extra battery as well if you purchase during this live stream. So give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2, and we will help you get set up with that. So here is the push-to-talk button. If you press it, we can see it's going to show up as red. Now, to change our channel, we have our channel up and down buttons on the side, and it actually tells you what channel you're on. It's very, very simple to use. So let's change our channel real quick.
12, 11,
so
12,
there we go, channel 12.
11,
We'll go down.
9, 8.
Turn the volume up. The volume is up top, so you press this either forward or back to change the volume. Pretty simple. There we go. Go down.
7.
Channel 7, perfect. So let's put our other radio on channel 7. Turn up, have to power it on real quick.
13.
13, so we'll go down to channel 7.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Channel 7. Turn the volume up a little bit. Cool. So now, if we were to hit the push-to-talk button, we can see the other radio lights up green. So you actually know if you're receiving a call based on the color. So we can do it here again. Once again, radios light up. So this is very neat to be able to see, like, oh, there's a call coming in. Maybe you have your volume turned down, or you're, you know, in something loud. You can see that right on the radio. Very simple. So let's try it out. It's probably going to be a little bit difficult for you to hear it because with this being an analog FRS radio, there's absolutely like no delay between the radios. You talk in this one and it speaks out of this one. So testing 1, 2, 3. We're testing out the new BridgeCom Buddy. So I can hear it's working great there, but it can be a little bit difficult to hear when you have them right next to each other because it's so simultaneous. So there we have it. Those are the Buddies. And one of the things that I like the most about them, and we'll dive into what comes in the box here in a second. One of the things I like the most about the Buddies is the sleek design and the belt clip. You know, a lot of the other FRS radios, at least the ones I've used personally, they've been clunky and kind of almost fragile. You know, if you drop them, I'd be worried the belt clip's going to break off or something. Well, I've actually had a lot that the belt clips do break off. These have a solid metal belt clip. We'll show you that here real quick. Metal belt clip, and it's super solid when you tighten it up. Make sure to actually tighten it up all the way because the screw will keep turning and then it will stop. The first time I did it, I didn't get it tight quite enough. So don't be too worried about tightening it too much. Obviously don't over tighten it, but the belt clip will get really snug, which it should. And these are awesome. You can clip it in your pocket and you really don't even notice it's in your pocket. You just clip it on there, tiny, you won't even notice it. That's the coolest part about these radios, the durability and the form factor. So let's go ahead and open up a box. So here is the BridgeCom Buddy box. See if we can see it there. Pretty cool, sleek design. So we are going to open it up here real quick. So we'll just open the box, and there we have it. How cool is that? So there is the radio. Comes in kind of almost like a felt or velvet material. So we'll pull the radio out. So there is the BridgeCom Buddy itself. Awesome. And now if we remove that, we can go further down in the box and pull this tab. What else do we have in here? Cool. So at this point, we have a few more things. We have our charger. Now, one of the awesome things about these radios for actually using them every day is they charge with micro USB. So, you know, you're not going to be buying replacement batteries day after day. You can just recharge these radios with almost anything. Like the battery that comes with the SkyBridge, for example. You could charge it with that. You could charge it with a battery pack for your phone. You could charge it in your car. You can charge this with just about anything. You know, and if you were, I know there's a lot of people who are in the survivalist community. They want their FRS radios to run on batteries. They make little things. You could charge it with batteries. You just plug some batteries into a USB charger. So you can charge it any way you want. Here's the belt clip for it. Real sturdy metal belt clip. Then we have our charging cable. So this will plug into the outlet, plug into the wall, plug into the radio. But this cable is just a micro USB cable. So if you're in a pinch, you can get that cable just about anywhere. Most gas stations sell these cables. So very easy and accessible to charge. Let's keep going. Then we have the battery. So there's the battery for it. And right now, if you purchase a Buddy bundle, we are throwing in 2 extra batteries or an extra battery with each Buddy bundle you purchase. So if you purchase 2 Buddy bundles, you'll get 2 extra batteries. So make sure you take advantage of that. And also want to let you know again, we actually have a giveaway going on in this stream right now. We're giving away 2 of these Buddy radios to you guys. 2 bundles, so 4 radios total. The 2 people are going to win. So make sure you enter that giveaway. We're going to give away the 2 bundles as well as an extra battery with each bundle. So sign up for that down below. Live on this stream, 2 people are going to win a Buddy bundle. So these are brand new. Most likely they're going to sell out fast. So if you want one, you want to go ahead and get it now. Let's keep going here. So we then have the wrist strap. And finally, we have a user manual. Now, the cool thing, the user manual, very simple, easy to understand. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. We'll go over everything, so you don't really need this, at least in this stream. But it's there, simple, easy to understand, so it's great to have. Awesome. So that's what you get with your Buddy radio. But what if you want to do more than that? There's actually an optional package you can purchase, which includes the programming cable and software. So the programming kit is available for $20 if you want to do more with your radio. Most people, probably even myself included, are going to be happy with just the radio itself. But if you want to do a little bit more with it, get that programming kit and you can change the tones, set up Vox, you can change a few more things. And we'll dive into that. So let's take a look at all of the features on the radio. So we have one turned on here. Right, now what if we wanted to monitor? So we have squelch set up, and for those of you familiar with squelch or not, it basically limits how much you can hear. So if a signal is very weak, you'll set your squelch so you don't pick that up. You just pick up the signals that are really in range and good quality. But you can adjust that level, and maybe you're out in the field and have a signal that's right on the edge, but you need to hear it. So what monitor does is allow you to basically bypass the squelch and just monitor that channel. So the channel up button, if we hold it down, that will allow us to monitor. So we'll hear it real quick. Since there's no one talking, you're just going to hear basically the background static noise. There we go. So we're holding it down right now, and that allows you to monitor. So just a monitor button. And now this is probably one of the coolest features I think on these is the button down below. You hold it down, and there we go. It's locked the radio, so you can't change the channel at this point. I can press the buttons,
7,
up and down, but it's only going to stay on the same channel. So this is great, you know, if you want to hand your radio to your kids, and that way, you know, they don't go change the channels, so you're going to be able to communicate with them no matter what. They won't be able to change the channels, or maybe you're in a large group of people, and you know, same thing. You don't want people to going off changing the channels and then you not being able to communicate with them and them not being able to communicate with you. You can just lock the radios, and that way everything is locked in on that same channel. So that is a really neat feature, and it's cool that it's built into the radio, but it's pretty, you're not going to figure it out unless you know it's there. So awesome, there we have that. The volume up here. Now let's take a look at this side. We haven't looked at that yet. Over here we have the headphone and microphone port. So it's just a standard K1 style plug. So you can use it with any of your traditional speaker mics if you have them. You know, a lot of us ham radio guys probably have a lot of stuff like that. Now these radios, they actually come, I believe, they're compatible with the BCE 300 earpiece. So that actually works great with this radio. Those earpieces, they are compatible with that, as well as any of our speaker mics. So the K1, the BCS 200, they're compatible with it. Any of the speaker mics that use this style plug, they're going to work great with it. Then underneath that, we have the the charging port. So once again, micro USB. So basically any micro USB cable is going to charge this radio. Now battery life on these, they're pretty good. They're really good battery life. We've had good results with them. You know, it's really going to depend how much you're transmitting. But over the time frame, we've had them turned on for over a week, and they're still okay. You know, any more than that, you're probably going to want to charge it. But it's going to depend how much you transmit, but you'll definitely get a few days of good use out of them before you need to charge it. Awesome, there we have it. So there's the radio. Let's take a look in the software. So awesome, cool. And once again, we're like I said, right now during the stream, we're going to be giving away 2 of these bundles. So a Buddy bundle for $99 gets you 2 radios, 2 batteries, all the charging equipment, belt clip, everything like that. And right now during the stream, you're going to get an extra battery when you purchase one. And that's all for $99. So it's a great deal for a couple of these radios. Make sure you take advantage of that. 816-532-8451 and press 2, and we will get you set up with that. You know, get one for yourself, your friends, your family. You know, how many people do you have in your family? These are awesome to have around the house. You know, give them to your kids. That way you can all stay in communication. Let's take a look here. And one of the main benefits of FRS is you don't have to have a license. So, you know, if your family members don't all have their license yet, these radios are awesome. And the cool part is, for those of us like myself who are ham radio operators, it gets people excited about radio. You know, even at the shop here, we are all hams, and we actually got really excited about these. Everyone was using them. It really gets people excited about radio, and then you start to get more into ham radio. So it's a great thing. Let's take a look at the software real quick. Awesome. So we're on the computer here. I've already downloaded it, the link that was emailed to me after I purchased it. So you just click the setup icon. I've already gone through the setup. Very simple. And we'll just double click on the software. Now I'm going to plug in my programming cable. Keep in mind it's not the same as just any old programming cable. You want to make sure you use the right one or else it will not work correctly. There we go. As that cable does have a chip in the cable. Awesome. So we'll plug in, make sure our radio is turned on, which it is, and we're going to plug in the cable into our radio now. There we go. Cool, there we go. It is plugged in. Awesome. So at this point, we've got the software pulled up. We are going to click on the Read from Radio button up here. And OK. There we go. We can see the light flashing. It's reading from the radio. Awesome. So we have what's currently on the radio. Now, there's a few options we'll go through here. First of all, your privacy tones. So FRS, you think, well, can't everyone hear what I'm saying, right? Since everyone can use it? Well, that is true to some extent. But here's the cool part. These radios actually have privacy tones built in. So you can have different tones assigned to your channel, basically security codes, if you will, that stop other people from being able to hear or transmit on your channels. So these are going to be set to 67 by default, which is pretty much just the common standard. But if you want to change them, you can totally do that. So let's say you want to set your family up with a different set of tones so no one else is going to be talking to them or listening. You know, obviously someone could go and find that tone, but it's just like a password. It's unlikely someone's going to do that. So go ahead and change them. So we'll change, let's change channel 1. We'll set that to 100. Why not? And let's change channel 3 to 100. Right, there we go, perfect. So, oh, I don't think I changed it there. Channel 3, 100. So we have channel 1 and channel 3 now set to 100. So now once we write that back, those are going to be set to 100 on the tones there. Oops. Let's see here. There we go, 100. And then I'm going to set this one to 100 as well. Perfect. So we have our tones set to 100, both the transmit and receive. Now you can just set like a transmit tone or just a receive tone, but that wouldn't really make sense for an FRS radio. So you're always going to want to set both. Perfect, there we go. Now there's a few other things. This radio has another cool feature. Haven't seen it in a lot of FRS radios. It can actually scan through all the channels. So right now, if we put it in channel 16, it will scan all of the channels. So if someone's talking on channel 2, you'll be able to hear that. And you can change what channels you want it to scan just by changing the scan add on this column here. So if you click on that, either yes or no, that's going to choose whether that's included in the channel scanning. If you want to disable that feature altogether, just turn all of them off. Then we have a few more options here. The main ones you'll want to pay attention to, the squelch. Usually it's set to 5, that's okay, but you can change that. You know, if you find that you want to adjust it lower or higher, you can change that. Then the timeout timer, that's for basically speaking. So if you're speaking for more than a minute, it's going to time out on you. You can change that to whatever you would like as well, or turn it off. And then Vox level. So Vox is a cool feature. If you want to have this radio set up so where you don't have to press a button, it just activates when you take the microphone and speak into it. You can turn Vox on and then set the level. Hey, there we go, cool. Ham Radio 2.0 joined the chat. Awesome, glad to have you, Ham Radio 2.0. How are you doing, Jason? Awesome, cool. Yeah, so for that, let's see, the Vox level, what that will do is instead of pressing the PTT button, you will be able to just speak directly into the microphone. Now this is great if you have like a headset on, maybe there's a lot of different cases. I know some guys use them for like horseback riding. Maybe you're horseback riding, want to talk, but you don't really want to have your hands on a button somewhere. You can set up Vox, so it's just going to talk when you talk to it. So that's the Vox feature, and then you have your scan mode, a couple different options there, still diving into Basically, you can set that up for either carrier or time based on the scan. Usually I just leave that alone there. And then battery save and beep tone, you can turn those on and off as well. So that's pretty much it. Let's write this to the radio. So write to radio, okay. So now channel 1 and channel 2 are going to show up as having that tone of 100. So we'll unplug the radio here real quick. Awesome. So now if we turn the radio, I think it should be on. Yep, so channel 1.
1.
So I think we still have our lock turned on. We'll turn off the lock. There we go. 2. There we go. So we have channel 1, 2.
3.
So we'll start on channel 1.
1.
We're going to take this radio.
6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
Channel 1. Perfect. So the way we've set up the tones, this radio should not be able to transmit to this one or hear from this one because they have different tones. So let's try it real quick. Testing 1, 2, 3. See, nope, not hearing anything. Check 1, 2, 3. So try it the other way. Testing 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Awesome, perfect. So it's working great. You can see the radio knows there's something on that frequency, but because it doesn't have the tone, it can't do anything with it, and they're not able to hear it. So let's take this radio and program its channel 1 and 2 to that tone as well and try it that way. Okay, and don't forget, folks, you can win a Buddy bundle on this stream live today. We're giving away 2 bundles. So that means a total of 4 radios. Each one of you have a chance to win a bundle with 2 radios, and we're even throwing in an extra battery with it, a $15 value there. So make sure you sign up for that. Link in the description or anywhere around this video. Get signed up for that because we're going to draw the winner live on the stream. You do have to be present to be here. Now, the cool part about this is open to anyone interested in radio, not just ham radio operators. You don't have to have any license. It's all built into the radio. That's the cool part about FRS. Absolutely anyone can use it. So if you know any friends, family who want to join radio, get them a few bundles and get yourself one. That way everyone can talk together. A lot of fun. So let's go ahead and read from this radio. Also want to mention while that's working there, right now if you purchase a bundle during this stream, you actually get a extra battery included with it. So an extra $15 worth of value, an extra battery thrown in there for you. We're doing that just during this stream. So make sure you give us a call, 816-532-8451, $99 for 2 radios and an extra battery. That's a killer deal. You don't want to miss out on that. We're probably going to sell out just based on all the activity and interest we've seen. So I'd really hate for you to miss out. So make sure you can get these while you still can. Awesome, cool. So here we go here. We've revved from the radio. So let's change that tone over to 100. There we go, 100. We'll change it on channel 3 as well. There we go, 100. So we'll save that. Right to radio. Perfect, so it's right into the radio again. Awesome. And it should work now. So we'll put it back to channel 1. 1, channel 1, perfect. So we have this one
2. 1.
on 1. Testing 1, 2, 3. Perfect, it works now. I can hear it. Check 1, 2, 3. Testing channel 1. Awesome, there we go. So the tones work. There you go, that's how it works. So pretty simple. Obviously, you don't need to mess around with the tones. Don't even need to program in software. These radios work great right out of the box with the standard settings. They're set up so you don't even ever need to worry about this. There's no programming required. This is completely optional for the user who wants to dive in and get a little bit more technical. But right out the box, you get the radio and everything you need to go with it. And right now, you actually even get more with the extra battery. So awesome. There's one more feature we really haven't demoed. So I do want to demo that real quick, and that is the scan function. So these radios actually have the ability to scan a bunch of channels. That way, so if, let's say, you're in your house monitoring, maybe you sent your kids out with the radios, you want to listen to the radios and maybe they accidentally changed the channel, right? So you can have yours set to scan, and that way you're going to be able to listen to all of the channels instead of just that one channel. That way you're going to hear activity. If someone needs help, you'll be able to listen to that and be able to hear them. So let's go ahead and test out this scan feature real quick. And to do that, I'm going to bring someone in here, and what better way to do that is with a Buddy radio. So let's change our channel here.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
There we go, channel 10. So my buddy Eric, I believe to be on channel 10 on his radio. So we're going to try that out and bring him in here and see if we can test out the scan feature. This is Cody on the live stream. Is this Eric? Would you mind coming in and helping us test out the Buddy's new scan feature?
Why, yes, I'd love to. Let me come on in.
Perfect, there we go. So Eric is going to come in and help us demo the scan feature. How cool is this? So like I said, make sure you don't miss out on these. If you want more information, you know, if you're not sure about this, not sure if it would be something you want, or you just want to learn more about it, not even interested in it, give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2, and we will get you all the information you need. Awesome, here we go. So welcome Eric to the stream.
Hello.
Ham radio operator, what's your call sign?
November 3 CSS.
November 3 CSS is here to help us demo the FRS radio. So how's the scanning feature work?
Yeah, so the scanning feature is really simple. When you turn to channel 16, which is set up as the scan channel, basically the radio will cycle through all the different channels that you have added to your scan list. You saw in that programming software there was an option for add to scan list. So if you mark any of those channels with add, then those will appear in, or those will be scanned when you switch over to that channel 16.
Awesome. So if someone doesn't have the programming software, because I know a lot of people probably don't want to dive that much into it, it'll still work, right?
Yes.
Perfect. There you go. So you heard it. The scan feature works no matter if you have the programming software or not. It's going to work with any of those channels. So let's try it real quick. Are you set up to scan?
Yes.
Okay, so Eric's ready to scan. Just set it on channel 16. So I'm going to change to like,
13.
so I'm on channel 13. So if we just had traditional radios, no scan feature, this shouldn't be able to work. So we're going to try it real quick. Testing 1, 2, 3, checking out the scan feature on the Buddy radio. How cool is that? So I can hear it. It's coming over loud and clear on the scan feature. So let's change the channel real quick, see if we can confuse it.
11.
Let's try
10, 8.
channel 8. Let's try that. Testing 1, 2, 3, checking out the scan feature on the Buddy radio. There we go. So you saw it. It picked it up. How cool is that? Let's try one more, see if we can really confuse it.
14, 15, 16, 15.
15. Testing 1, 2, 3, scan feature on Buddy radio. There we go. So it works. Flawless. How cool is that?
There you go.
Awesome. There we go. So at this time, there's the Buddy radio. We're going to take some questions about it before we draw the winner. Once again, stick around. You don't want to miss this. There we go. Thank you very much, Eric, for helping us demo that feature. So we are going to take some questions and then draw the winner after that. So make sure you take advantage of this special. Right now, probably the only time you'll see this, you're going to be able to get both radios, the bundle with everything you need with it, and an extra battery for only $99. So link in the description. Give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2. Let's see what questions you all have.
If someone were to win today's giveaway, can they still win the Hams of the Round Table giveaway?
Great question. Absolutely. So we do still have the Hams of the Round Table giveaway going on. That's a great question. Make sure you sign up for that as well if you're a ham radio operator, and you can be entered to win a lot of ham radio equipment. We're giving away thousands of dollars of ham radio equipment there to 5 different people. It's a little bit different this time. More chances, more opportunities to enter. But absolutely, yeah, we don't care. You can enter as many giveaways as you want. We are not going to disqualify you from different giveaways for entering another one. So absolutely, sign up for this one too.
Can you use the Buddy to talk to the AnyTone 878 Plus?
Great question. So you cannot. That's basically the simple answer. I believe you can listen with the 878 Plus, but not actually transmit. So FRS channels, because they're license free, they are under the Part 95 certification, similar to GMRS, although they're a little bit different. And therefore, you cannot use an amateur radio or a commercial radio legally on those channels.
A lot of people want to know, what is the range of these radios?
That's a great question. So the range on these radios, that's going to vary a lot based on terrain. So if you have perfect line of sight, great conditions, you're probably going to be able to go pretty much line of sight. Maybe that's 10 miles or more. If but if you don't, if you're in an area like here in the city, we've been able to go, right around 2 miles pretty successfully. We've walked up the street a long ways, up the hills, have plenty of buildings in the way. So it's really going to depend on your terrain. That's kind of how radio works. If I'm just being honest with you with it, that's the results we see. Great line of sight communication, you're going to have fantastic range, but just like anything in the city, it's going to be shrunk down a little bit more, or in a heavy forest. But the cool part is, for every activity I have used them for, we've had no range troubles. They have plenty of range, like if you go camping with them, plenty of range for that. Really no trouble there.
Are they programmable or preset?
Great question. So both. They come fully preset, ready to go. There's no programming required. They're going to work great out of the box. Even the scan feature works great out of the box. But if you want to program them, if you're more technical and want to go in and change those PL tones, or the privacy tones, and you want to change the Vox features and a few of the extra features, you can purchase that programming kit separately, but it is absolutely not required. And in fact, if you just want them to be simple and easy to use, probably wouldn't even recommend messing with it. That's just for the user who wants to, take their experience a little bit further and play around with it more.
Will it charge from my laptop's USB port?
Great question. It will, absolutely. Any USB, it doesn't take that much power to charge these, so if you have a USB port, you are going to be able to charge these radios. Even if you forget your cable, these micro USB cables are almost everywhere, so you're going to be able to charge your radio.
Is the programming cable the same as the one for the AnyTone 878 UV2 Plus?
It is not. So this is a different cable. That is a good question, though. A lot of people who have the 878 UV2 Plus, the cables are different. You don't want to mix them up. This has a chip in it. It allows it to work with the radio. The AnyTone cable does not. So they will not work with each other, and if you mix them up, you may fry something. So make sure you keep your cables separated.
Do these receive radio weather stations?
So these radios do not receive the radio weather stations that I am aware of. They're just simply FRS radios.
Is there a low battery state or a charge indicator?
There is, absolutely. There is a low battery state, and it's going to indicate, like you may expect when you're charging it, it's going to show up as red, and then once it's done, it shows up as green. It's actually really cool, and it will let you know once it's low on battery power. Absolutely. And you can see there's actually an option in the CPS to turn on battery save as well if you want it to do that.
How many channels can you set up using the same frequency with different privacy tones?
Great question. So these radios will hold 16 channels. You have 16. You can change the privacy tones as much as you want if you have the software, but it's going to hold 16 channels.
Can you transmit to all channels at once?
You cannot. Just one channel at a time.
Can you plug in a headset or external speaker or microphone?
Absolutely. So it has a K1 style port. So any speaker mic, headset, anything with that K1 plug will work great with it. We actually offer a BCE 300 that works perfectly with it, and the BCS 200 speaker mic that works great with it as well. And I know I've seen Vox style headsets out there before. So if you're someone, it's kind of more specific use scenario, but if you have the software and you want to play around with Vox, You may even be able to use one of those headsets with it.
Using the scan feature, will you be able to respond back on that frequency channel?
Great question. So you will be able to listen to it on the scan feature, but I believe you would need to switch over to that channel to be able to transmit back to it. So if you're on the scan channel and you transmit, it's going to transmit on channel 16.
Can they be programmed to monitor public safety frequencies?
They cannot. Yep, these are FRS radios, so no license required. That's the cool part about them. Absolutely anyone can use them. So, you know, friends, family, relatives, anyone can get on these radios, hit the ground running, use them straight away. Nothing required. You know, if you go to an event, let's say you take a group of people, you go on a hike, you can give everyone these radios, and suddenly you all have communication, and they don't have to have any prior experience. But because of that, certain things like being able to go change the channels, monitor, you know, public safety, stuff like that, they're not going to be able to do that.
Are these water resistant, or how do they hold up in inclement weather?
That's a great question. I have not done a lot of testing with them in super, you know, harsh conditions in terms of rain. From what you can see on the radio, you know, they're somewhat protected if you have it out in the light. If you're using it in slightly wet conditions, I wouldn't be concerned, but I do not believe they are like waterproof or anything like that. Give us a call. We'll get you some more information. 816-532-8451 and press 2. Launch day for the Buddy radio. How cool is that? Make sure you snag one while you still can, but they are not waterproof.
Can you briefly explain the difference between an FRS radio and a GRMS radio?
GMRS radio?
That's
a great question. So FRS stands for Family Radio Service, and GMRS is General Mobile Radio Service. So they're actually very similar. In fact, GMRS radios are going to be able to operate on some of these same channels. They overlap a little bit, but GMRS radios have more power. And GMRS radios do require a license though. Now GMRS radios also have some other channels that allow you to use repeaters with them, but you do have to get that license. It's more simple than amateur radio. You basically just pay for your license. It's kind of a pay-to-play deal, and it's a lot of fun, but you do have to have that license, which covers your whole family, but you have a lot higher power and can use it with repeaters. So FRS is a great starting point. You know, if you really get into it, GMRS is the way to go, but I think FRS is a great starting point. Now here's the cool part. Stay tuned, because GMRS, we actually have a GMRS radio coming down the pipe, so you don't want to miss out. Stay tuned. I can't tell you really anything about it yet, but it's going to be really cool. But the cool part is these are going to work right in conjunction with that. So, you know, it's not like if you buy these, like, man, I should have waited for the GMRS. Not like that at all. These are going to work great with that. So this is cool because you need absolutely zero license to use it.
All right, we have the 2 winners to receive some of the first buddies.
Awesome. Well, we have 2 winners. They are going to receive some of the very first BridgeCom buddies ever to be given away or sold. Now, before we do this, make sure if you want one of these buddy radios, we have a great special going on right now, probably the best you'll ever see. 2 BridgeCom buddies, an extra battery right now for only $99. Limited time offer, so we're giving you that deal during this live stream. Give us a call while you still can, 816-532-8451 and press 2, and we will help you get set up with the Buddy. Or if you want more information, give us a call. We'll help you with that too. So let's find out who won.
Winner number 1, Grant MacDonald, WH6FEN.
Grant MacDonald, perfect. Awesome. Let's see if he's in the house here. We'll make sure he is before we move on. But if he is, he has won himself 2 BridgeCom Buddy radios, the Buddy bundle, and then an extra battery for those as well. Let's find out here real quick. Is Grant in the house?
While we wait, can these radios be used for business?
That's a great question. So these are family service radio or family radio service, FRS. So they're not for business. If you want the business radio, you want to look at some kind of commercial radio. We have some have some offerings for you there, give us a call and we can help you get set up with that. 816-532-8451. But I would not recommend these for a business purpose.
All right, Grant is here.
Perfect.
Winner number one.
Grant is in the house. Congratulations to you, Grant. You have won yourself a couple of the very first Buddy radios ever to go out there. So you are really going to enjoy these. It's awesome. You know, give one to your buddy. That way you can both use them or, you know, use them in your family. Hope you really enjoy them. So let's find out who winner 2 is.
Winner 2 is Jeff Kohanek, KD9RYT.
Awesome. Let's see if Jeff is in the house. We'll give it a minute here.
While we wait, there's some confusion about the charging and charging indicators.
Oh, no. Okay. Let's hear it.
Can you charge them, and is there a charging indicator?
Okay, perfect. Absolutely. So the radios, there is a charging indicator. You can charge them with a micro USB port on the side. With pretty much any micro USB cable. It comes with everything you need to charge it. You can charge it in your car with a battery pack, on the go, anywhere. They will charge pretty fast. And there is an indicator. So the ring around the front that lights up. So if I press it, we can see it lights up as red. And if it's, I think I have them on different channels, but if it's being received to, it lights up as green. Same thing when you're charging it. It's going to be red while you're charging it. And then that way you'll know when it's charged.
All right, Jeff is here.
Perfect. Awesome. So Jeff is in the house. Congratulations, Jeff. You have just won yourself some of the very first Bridgecon Buddy radios. You've won yourself the Bridgecon Buddy bundle. And that right now is also including an extra battery with that. So awesome. Congratulations to everyone. Hope you enjoyed the stream. That's the Bridgecon Buddy. Make sure you go check it out. If you have more questions, we have links to it in the description. If you'd like to hear about it, give us a call, 816-532-8451 and press 2. We'd love to help you. Check it out. They're here for a little bit. Hopefully they'll stay in stock for a little bit, but from what I've seen, they're probably going to sell out really fast. So if you want some for your family, make sure you get yourself some. Get a few of them. That way everyone can use them. No point in having radios if not everyone in your family can use it. So awesome. There we go. Do we have any more questions?
That is all for now.
Awesome. That's all we have for now. So thank you all for attending. This is really exciting. I'm excited. I'm going to go get a few of these for myself. Well, I still can. Hopefully I still can. You guys may have taken them all. So awesome. There we have it. Hope you enjoyed. I'm Cody W3AMG. We will see you all in the next stream. 7-3.